Turtle penis. I've seen a tortoise penis. Some tortoises have penises so big that it lifts them off the ground. I'm not kidding. I've got a tiny little tortoise. I thought it was a cute little girl tortoise, and one day he just had a penis. I saw him walking around, and his back legs were off the ground because his penis had propped him up. It was literally a third leg. Yeah, and they will shag things if they want to. I used to have an extension cable in my room. I mean, I still do. Various. And it was during the summer, so I left. I left him in my room one day, just to roam around, shit all over my room. I didn't care. And I came back, and he was humping the extension cable. And I just stood there watching for a minute, and then he stopped, got down off the extension cable, turned around and just looked at me, and then walked off.
He's a master tactician.
Ashamed. Yeah. I might still have a video somewhere of this.
Oh, good.
Shagging. I think I uploaded it to my YouTube channel.
Oh,
so I probably don't then. It was unlisted, and I was sending it to my nan. She wanted to see it.
Why?
She was curious. She asked. She asked to see it. And I was like, yeah, I'll show you if you like.
You told your nan that your fucking turtle was shagging the extension cable.
Well, yeah, it was a big topic in the family for a long time. It was always like, oh, has TJ shagged anything recently? No.
What the fuck?
It was about 10 months before my nan finally saw the video, because she just kept pestering me to see it, and eventually I had to caved in and showed it to her.
How are we starting this? Are we going straight into it, or?
I don't know. Do you know what? It's been so long, I don't even remember what we were going to...
Well, the idea I had was to make it more... Well, because if people actually watch it, they might get an idea on who's editing it, is whoever edits that video starts off with, like, so I played this week, or something to start a conversation which gets you into it. If that makes sense.
Sure, I guess. Do you know what I remember as well? It's been so long since we were going to do this. But I remember the original idea for this one was I was going to talk about the Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
but I've completely forgotten everything about that game now, because I haven't played it.
So have I. I played it quite a bit. And then, obviously, I had it in my last, what's it called, off script. But I had to watch my gameplay back, because I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, I've forgotten everything about it.
Apart from fun, but it wasn't very memorable.
Yeah, I didn't think it was fun or memorable.
Oh.
But I don't remember why.
I think
because it wasn't memorable.
For me, one of my biggest problems with it was the music was very boring. And with Fallout, you have the radio, which while let's be fair, after hearing Johnny's guitar like several times in the span of a couple of hours gets a bit annoying. It was something. It was kind of like it set the mood because the music was fitting for the theme.
There's also the fact that do you remember any quotes or any cool or funny dialogue from that game? Because I don't.
I just remember the quest where you can get the engineer drunk because she's terrified about asking a woman out.
Oh,
that's about it.
I just remember, stuff like from New Vegas, how every NCR guy you come across is like, oh, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. That Outer Worlds doesn't have that. Do you know what I mean? That thing that everyone remembers from it because it's weird or it's just said a lot and it's funny. It just doesn't have that.
Like, it feels like a Fallout game. Like the gameplay is pretty similar. There's some differences.
Oh, it's shit. In it, it's shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But the writing itself is what saved New Vegas, and obviously Fallout. I wouldn't say Fallout 4's writing was any good. I mean, that's crap. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas did have good writing, but the gameplay is absolutely dreadful. And even if you play it now, obviously I've never completed it, so there's still new stuff in it for me which will keep me interested. But if I 100%. I couldn't go back to it.
I've beaten it several times, despite the fact that I'm pretty adamant I don't like it. But I've beaten it several times just because there's... I don't know.
I guess that's how we play a lot of games. It's kind of like Pain in a sense that we don't really like it that much, but we can play it.
I don't love it, but there's something about it that
it just keeps bringing you back.
It's interesting, I guess.
Like
the actual
with
world
Dead by Daylight. Like, I can't stand the choices that developer makes for Dead by Daylight. They're really bad developers' behaviour. They're absolutely dreadful. But I can play the game quite a bit.
I think part of it for me is in New Vegas, you can break the game quite easily and to quite an extreme degree, which is very attractive to me. I like being able to do that.
I remember, you played Fallout 3, I take it.
Yeah, it's shit.
You know
and boring.
the town right at the start when you get out of the vault, which has the
Megaton, yeah,
which has the warhead in the middle.
Yes.
First time I played it on my brother's PS3, I had no idea what I was doing, and the guy gave me the bomb and went, "Oh, go set this up." I thought, okay, it's just, you just put this here and then walk off. Yeah, I didn't do the quest in the town, so I completely fucked the story for myself. So I went to do that first, blew up the town, then went, pretty sure I needed to go there for something.
Yeah, I think you can just, if you know where to go, you can just walk there. The guy in the town will just tell you where to go, but if you just look up a walkthrough, you can just go there anyway. Yeah, because I last time I played it, I did nuke Megaton, but that was only after I killed everyone in Megaton.
So I can't remember why. You just nuked the husk of a town.
I just well, every time you go in there, a few just generic NPCs respawn, like 2. Yeah. So I end up just nuking 2 people, pretty much. Everyone else is dead.
That's very excessive.
I think it's because I tried to break into the armory, and I did, and I got everything in the armory, and I came out, and everyone was shooting me, so I shot them all with the stuff from the armory. Yeah.
God, I miss old Fallout. There was a bit of charm to it. I mean, Fallout 4 and 76 are pretty crap. Outer Worlds I like, but it's not memorable.
There's like 3 guns in the entire game. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
you get the first couple of weapons you get at the start of the game, you're pretty much good to go with, because you could just upgrade them. And there's not much variety.
There's only 3 or 4 ammo types. So even though there's loads of guns, you can't really mix and match, because they'll just be sharing from the same ammo pool. It's really...
And any LMGs I got, like a minigun or something, I'll just give them to the NPCs, because it's infinite ammo for them, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah,
the NPCs that were quite strong as well, and annoying, because they had those powers that they had, their abilities, and it would trigger a cutscene every time. And there was this one, do you know, like the pink-haired lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, her one was just her slapping her gun and going, "Ah!" every time. I think the other characters had different lines, but her, it was just, "Ah!" every single time. It was annoying. I just realised, you know how I said I had nothing to say about Outer Worlds? We've been speaking for about 10 minutes. Recorded none of it.
Oh, it's a shame. I don't got my footage for it anymore. I might delete... Actually, no, I might still have it. So
I should. Do you know what? I'm just going to press the record button. I shouldn't have even told you that, but I have now. I should have done it.
I've had recording since we started the call, so we can keep that in.
Well, that's okay then.
We'll have a pitch change in the audio quality halfway through.
Yeah. Well, they'll know why.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Okay, well, I'm happy that you've got that on record, all of that, because that was good chat.
Yeah, now that we know, the problem is where we're going to go from there.
I don't know. But, for future reference, whenever we organise this...
Just record from the moment you start the call.
Before I start the call, I'm going to press record.
Yeah, that'd make more sense.
And we won't even mention it, we'll just go. And then just stop when we finish it.
We'll start like, "You're right, Liam." "Yeah, not bad." And then that's it for 5 minutes. Like, "Oh yeah, here's a topic."
Yeah, here's one I pulled out of a hat.
What else were we going to talk about? Because I wanted to talk about Stadia and the whole cloud streaming thing. Because you've played the Xbox version now, haven't you? Because I think you put a thing on Discord.
Oh yeah, I played it very briefly.
Was it xCloud or was it just streaming from your console?
It was streaming from my console, yeah.
Because I got into the xCloud beta recently. It's actually not that bad. It runs better than Stadia's.
It's only because I opted into the the beta program on the Xbox. I don't know if what I used can be used offline. Not offline, sorry, when the Xbox is off.
There's two versions.
Well, my version was literally just the Xbox on my screen. Like, it had the same same interface, which meant a lot of the text was very small. Yeah,
no, it has like the same on the xCloud. It's just to get out of it, you have to actually use the touchscreen, but you can still get like the Xbox HUD, but you can't go on home.
Right. No, I could go on home on here, so yeah, it was definitely just streaming the Xbox, I think. Kind of like a Wii U.
No, the Wii U was so bad.
It's good to see Microsoft finally catching up to the Wii U.
Yeah, the new... I haven't seen any of the specs for the Xbox Series X, but what the hell is that case? It's just like a block, like a rectangle.
It's an Xbox. I mean, my Xbox One I've got next to me is an X slab. This new one is an Xbox, so...
It looks more like it's trying to go like, oh hey, we're close to the Windows 10 market because we're kind of like PC.
Do you know what, Ben? I actually kind of like it because, as I say, my X slab takes up not loads of room, but more room than I'd like it to on my desk. Whereas with this thing, it's quite... Sure, it's tall, but it's quite...
You could put a coaster on it and put your tea on top.
You could. I mean, you'd overheat, but you could. Yeah.
All I'm thinking, when I saw the picture, it's the first time I thought, compared to the PlayStation 5, looks like a bit of a joke. And then when I saw the official announcement, all I could think was, I could imagine going to someone's house and them going, oh, you've got a really nice subwoofer. It's not my subwoofer, it's my Xbox. It's the kind of thing you'd have sitting on the floor, next to your TV stand instead. How are you going to fit that under the... Like, if you've got a TV stand which has like where you put a DVD player and stuff, where is that going to go?
To tell you what, no room. Very modern solution, right? If your living room has like brick wall, you could take out one of the bricks and put the Xbox in it.
Yeah. Have cabling go through the cement.
Yeah, it would look really modern and cool.
Cost a fortune though, because you'd have to do a lot of re-bricking afterwards.
Well, yeah, sure, but it would still look cool. Then
what if the HDMI cable goes? I think, well, shit, that's another 500 quid.
I don't know. By that point, you'd be able to stream it to your television, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I remember hearing that there's supposedly two designs in the making. One is that one, which I still think looks hideous. But then there is a stream-only console, so it's going to be like a Chromecast or a Now TV box, which you just hook up to your TV and do it that way.
Cool. I don't. You've used the Stadia, and as you say, I have used Xbox streaming thing, but I don't. As much as I hate cables, they are reliable.
Yeah, I like Stadia because obviously I work 12-hour shifts and I'm obviously working days and nights. I brought my Xbox controller with me because I managed to figure out how you can hook up Stadia to work with mobile data because it doesn't actually support it. There's like a Chromium APK which makes it work through that way with the controller config.
If you've got a data cap, that'd eat through it in about 5 minutes, surely.
Let me get my phone. So, I have unlimited data and I'm on free, so the bandwidth is shit. Yes. Just to throw that out there.
It is.
I've used a total of about 18.44 gigs this month. Let's check my mobile data, because this is from one night, so I set it up before I went to work and then just played it in the one night. With Chromium, I used about 5 gig.
Okay.
And that was on the lower settings, so 720p rendering or output onto my phone, and that was for a couple of hours. And then for Xbox's version, I've used about 1.5 gigs. But that I played the start of Borderlands 2, so I got to the town where Hammerlock is, and then stopped playing just to see if it worked. And what the quality was shit. It had good input.
Fair enough.
I just kept getting an error come up on when I was playing Destiny going, Stadia might kick you out in a second due to an unstable connection. The amount of times I got to the end of a strike and got booted from the game because it decided to close down my session was unreal.
Do you know what? Xbox streaming was quite shit. However, the menus are really good. They were very responsive. But the actual game itself, it was
the quality's all over the place.
Well, it's not just the quality, it's just the input. It's really weird. It's like if sometimes there wasn't an input delay. Sometimes if you looked in a certain direction, it'd be like you'd let go and it'd just keep going.
Yeah, no, I had that a couple of times.
Yeah, and I was trying to play Halo 5 on it, and I couldn't. I felt really sorry for my team because I'd respawn and sometimes I wouldn't even be able to move, and then I would move, and then I'd walk at a wall, and then I'd throw a grenade at myself or at someone else on my team.
No, they probably just looked at you and thought, oh, he's just got a fucking Xbox for Christmas, hasn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a fun idea, but it's a bit early. It's a few decades early for this, I think.
I think this generation is going to be the final hardcore console-based generation, and the next one will be streaming's the mainstream now, but you can still get the hardware if you prefer it.
Well, it's weird because I looked at the new Xbox. It doesn't even look like a new Xbox. It looks like a new iteration of the Xbox One.
Yeah, there's a lot of people thinking that people are thinking, oh, Xbox is going to charge the next generation because they've started to improve near the end of this one. They're doing the Wii U problem.
Right, where people don't know if it's it's an add-on or what.
So you give it credit though, it's fully backwards compatible, which is
that's
an instant sell for me.
Right, me too. I saw that, and that's what both excited me and confused me, because I thought the way it was worded, it said the last 3 generations. It made it sound, what was it? I can't remember exactly what it said, but it made it sound like it's got Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and that's what it plays.
Yeah,
not new Xbox games. It didn't. I was very
so you
confused
thought it was just a backwards compatible console, and then there'll be another Xbox coming out in 2020.
That's what I thought it
for
was
the
initially.
Xbox 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, I thought there'd be, but it's called the Xbox X Series XX Triple X series.
There's going to be a Pornhub edition of that Xbox.
There's so many X's in the new name. It's not got a. What is it called? The new Xbox.
It's called, as far as I'm aware, the Xbox Series X.
That's not a good name for a console.
It's a shit name.
That's too many. That's too many words.
What was it called? The code name Xbox Scarlet.
Scarlet. They should have called it Scarlet. That's a cool name.
I mean,
Make it red.
Did you remember when it was obviously the 360 days and everybody was convinced they're going to call it the 720? And they come out like calling it 1.
But better than Xbox 362 at least.
This is the problem, I think. Like, Nintendo always have a good system because the name of their console normally fits in with, well, the newest one anyway, the Switch. But stuff like the Wii was like, dual screen. The Wii was obviously the 2 eyes. I'm guessing with this one is the 2 eyes meant like Wiimotes.
Well, I think Wii literally just means everyone in Japanese, I think, and it's a family console. I think. I can't remember.
Nintendo always, the names of their consoles make sense. Like the GameCube.
It was a cube.
Yeah, N64, Nintendo N64-bit.
Yes.
Super Nintendo, this is, I think it's the cartridge, had the Super FX chip.
Game Boy. It was a small child that would
play on a game.
Board games for you, yeah, I don't know.
And the PlayStation was obviously PS1, PS2, 3, 4, and then you got the PlayStation Portable, and then the Vita. Yeah,
Vita's a weird name.
No wonder they decided to abandon that console so early on, even though it was a good bit of kit. The Xbox, however, have no idea what the fuck they're doing with naming.
They really
Original
don't.
Xbox, 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X.
Yeah, you have to call. That's what I hate about the Xbox One, is you have to call the original Xbox the original Xbox, not the Xbox One.
Because if you say to someone, oh, I'm just playing on my Xbox, and they say which one, you're like, if it's not the 360, I'm going to be here a while.
Yeah. At least you could say, oh, I'm on PS3, or PS4, or PS9.
You know what I'm looking forward to, though? Because obviously in the trailers, they say, like, available for Xbox One. I can't wait for available on the Xbox Series X. But not the Xbox X One.
Yeah, it's available on an Xbox. Try it. Buy the game, try it on whatever Xbox you own, and hope that it works.
They should call it the X Rectangle.
The X Rectangle?
It looks more like a rectangle.
The X Cuboid.
It looks like a fat soundbar, actually. Looking at my TV stand to the next to it, it looks like a fat soundbar.
Hang on, let me get a picture up. New Xbox. See, new Xbox is so much easier to type than Xbox Series X. Yeah, it looks. They should call it the X Brick, as I was saying earlier on, you could throw that at someone.
Yeah.
And
Imagine how heavy it's going to be. Because apparently the hard drive's new technology, so I'm guessing it's all SSD based.
As Xboxes go on, they get lighter and lighter. It's very disappointing.
I would argue that the Xbox One X was a fucking nightmare. Like the old fat chunky one, because I have the original one in my Xbox One X. Xbox One X is really small and compact and light, but the original Xbox is chunky.
Wait, what? Are there two different Xbox One X's?
No. So I have the original Xbox One when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
The big fat one, and then the Xbox One X is like the Xbox One S design.
Yeah.
That's another one, the Xbox One X. I forgot that existed.
I've got one.
They've got a discless version as well, haven't they?
Probably.
There's a version that came out recently which was
There's
all
so
digital.
many different versions of all Xboxes. At least with Sony, they're like, right, PS3 fat, PS3 slim, PS3 slimmer. It's very straightforward.
I'm going to send you a picture of my subwoofer in my room.
Okay.
It actually, from where I'm sitting, kind of looks like the new Xbox.
Just get a little Xbox logo sticker, put it on there, and you can show your friends.
It's just kind of sitting there.
It kind of does. Is that your Switch on top of it?
That's my my Switch carry case.
How appropriate.
Then my good old Oculus Rift sensor to the right, which I'm so tempted to get a new Rift S because I'm sick of the setup with the fucking sensors. It's so annoying.
I haven't touched my Oculus in ages. I feel terrible.
I set it up when we played VR with Ace. I set it up after that, played it a little bit. Then I bought a sofa for my room, so now I have no real space.
Oh.
So I need to sort out my room again.
Yeah, I'd have more space in my room if I didn't have a bed. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think just getting rid of my bed, and at the end of the day, I'll just lay on the floor. I don't care. I'll sit in my chair. It just takes up so much fucking room in my room.
Just get a sofa bed. That's a simple
trouble
solution.
with that is, Ben...
You'd get lazy and not set it up.
No, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you can get a sofa bed which is a double bed.
Can you?
Yeah, that's what a sofa bed is. You normally take it out and it's a double bed.
I don't know, I've never really owned one. I don't know. To me, a sofa bed to me is literally just a sofa that you stick a pillow on instead of a cushion and a blanket. No. I don't think I've ever slept on an actual sofa bed.
I have. Some of them are quite comfy. When I went on holiday actually this year, they had... It's not a sofa bed, it's kind of similar. They had a bed built into the wall, which you could then pull down.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
But instead of like a bed frame, it was like a sheet of metal. So there's like loose springs like connected from one side to the other. So basically when you sat in it, you just sunk to the floor. But it was the comfiest mattress I've ever slept on.
Oh, Ben, I'm going to get a hammock. That's what I'll do. Fuck it.
So you're telling me that having a sofa to share with your girlfriend a problem, but a hammock is okay?
Oh, we'll get two. I don't know. We'll share. We'll take it in turns.
God, the moment someone wants to get up in the middle of the night for like a cup of water, go to the toilet, you're both going to fall off.
But it'll save room. It'll save space. It's better for the environment, probably.
If you streamed with a webcam, you could get a green hammock and make it a green screen.
Oh, then we could pretend we're in Aladdin or some shit, and I could put the little flying carpet underneath. Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Let's get the Dallas rendition of I Can Show You the World.
Oh wow, that sounds like a good idea. Oh good, we've got a break in the flow. Got dead air.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, we can just cut that out later on.
Fuck. Yeah, sure. You're editing this time.
Yeah. I know, I'm finally editing something for Crash Log. The only time I've edited for this channel was when you weren't here. when you had gone for a while. So I've got these videos, I might as well just make something out of them.
Yeah, like open my net and all that stuff.
And then you come back and it's basically like I get a box and go, this is all yours now. I don't want to deal with this. It's like Kane Lynch. I'm halfway through editing it, and I opened it up this morning. It's like, you know what, I'm going to do a bit of editing and then some script writing, and then obviously have a break. I just looked at him and went, I'm going to play Destiny instead. I just couldn't come around to doing it.
Do that all the time. As I said, I've still got that Kane and Lynch footage. That really good Kane and Lynch footage. Kane and Lynch footage from earlier on in the year. You know, when my game bugged the fuck out and you had to lead me along like I was a blind man?
Oh my god, shit.
I've still got that.
That was such a good bit.
I've still got it, so it's not lost, thank God. I will do something with it eventually.
The rest of it I couldn't give a shit about. That bit on its own would be enough. That's a brilliant part, I think. But we never finished it, did we? We never finished the extreme run of Kane and Lynch.
We did not, no.
We got to the bit... Yeah, no, we just handed ourselves in, I think, and then get betrayed by the bald guy. And then you're in like a massive warehouse. I think it's a warehouse.
Yeah, there was all those snipers.
Yeah, we just couldn't do anything.
Ages to get through that. Christ. That was good. That was not good.
And then we started Kane and Lynch 1, which still everybody played once.
Yeah, I liked that because of Lynch's face.
That's the thing though with like crossplay. That's impressive. That's actually a really useful bit of technology from Steam.
Yeah, I know.
If
Why
they can make it so non-Steam games, that opens up a massive backlog of stuff we could look through.
Wow, yeah, even like emulation and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
because
great.
We know the input's pretty much spot on now because we've tried it. I think the only thing is we need to iron out the whole controller problem.
Well, even if Steam doesn't do it, someone else will do it.
Yeah.
Someone will make a third-party program. They'll make a program where you can just...
Oh, you'd launch it through Steam and then just connect through that, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. It just depends what would play from there, really.
Well, as I say, just get some emulators and we'll play that Resident Evil game you've been wanting to play since the beginning.
Well, no, with that you can play online. There's actually like a community mod to make it work online through the emulator.
Oh, well.
Okay. You know what we could do, actually, with it being crossplay? You know, like, obviously Game Grumps and everything, they both play the same game, but it's like one player.
Yeah.
We can finally do that. And if it's a game through Steam, because remember that idea you had a while ago where we'd find a game that one of us hasn't played and we'll watch them play it?
Yeah.
You can then use the crossplay, so the person who hasn't played it records it, and if they get stuck on something, you can over the net hand the controller.
Remember when the PS4 was coming out and that was meant to be a feature? And then it just didn't happen.
Oh my god, yeah.
When you were playing a game and then someone on your friends list, you can message them and say, hey, I'm gay, I can't beat this level. And then, can you do it for me?
I'm
and then
stuck
go,
on
sure.
Ripperoo.
Yeah, I'm stuck on level 3 on Knack. And then they'll just do it for you. But then that feature was dropped and no one seemed to care except me.
It was a good idea, but at the time, I mean, you've seen PlayStation Now when it first came out was one of the earlier streaming platforms on the mainstream. Was shit. It was terrible.
I don't actually know, to be honest.
PlayStation Now was their solution to backwards compatibility. Instead of having the disc, you just played PS3 games off a server.
Yes, yeah.
And I played it at my brother's house because he's a very big Sony fanboy and he has good internet. Like, he has really, really good internet and it was, like, wired in. The fucking delay was so bad.
Sony have never been good with network stuff. I remember even, like, the PS3, if you downloaded an update that was, 200 meg? It'd take an hour. I don't know why. That was just how it was.
I know with the PlayStation 4, wireless is only 2.4 hertz. When obviously the standard now is 5.
Yeah.
Nintendo with netcode though, fuck me. If you play Smash Online, you're just asking for a death sentence. It's so bad. It's the most unresponsive thing in the world.
Yeah, even just browsing their eShop is pretty bad. Because you try to go onto a store page, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
And all it's doing is loading some screenshots and some words.
Did you have a 3DS, by the way?
I only had a regular DS.
Oh, because they had themes on that, like proper theming. So I had Metal Gear Solid on mine. I had Snake Eater, and it was like custom icons, music, and backgrounds. Where is that on the Switch? It's either black or white and nothing.
Yeah,
It's really boring.
What I like about the Xbox is you can set pictures to be backgrounds. So currently, my background on my Xbox is an extreme close-up of an Oblivion NPC looking very angry.
I think mine's something from Ashen, like one of the achievement artworks.
Yeah, I love the achievement artwork stuff because you can set it as backgrounds. The only problem is a lot of the games have watermarks, so it ruins the. But it's
kind of like the Steam wallpaper system as well. So like you get some really, really good artwork. Then you'll get really, really shit artwork and end up using that because it's funnier.
Yeah. It's funny because I know a lot of the cheap shit actually goes for quite a lot on the Steam market.
Yeah.
Or the badly.
Do you remember the kill yourself emote from Noob Squad?
Yes.
They changed it. I can't remember what it is now, but
they changed it.
Yeah.
What? Why? Oh, because
I wonder.
Because of the law? I don't know.
I think I still have it.
But Ben, I can still do this. I can still do that. They can't stop me. I'll find some way to tell you to kill yourself.
It's one of those things, unfortunately. I think I still have it on my list. Give me a sec.
Do you know what?
No. They changed it from kill yourself to noob kill, so it just says kill, and that's it. It doesn't say kill yourself anymore.
I've seen that actually. Yeah.
It's not as good.
It's not. I think I sold most of my Steam inventory ages ago, so I probably don't even have that anymore.
I think the most valuable thing I've got now is my golden T-Rex helmet from Killing Floor.
You still have that?
It was a gift from a fan. I'm not gonna sell that.
It's fair enough. I guess I can't argue with that.
There have been times where it's kind of like, I could buy a game with this.
You could buy a house with that.
Yeah, it's worth like 50 quid now.
Really?
I could buy a door.
I guess it's probably gone down quite a bit because of because didn't they fix a system where you can't get duplicates?
They fixed it and then they broke it. So they fixed it for a while. And then all of a sudden, I think it was the Mac 10 and the AF 2000 or whatever that. You know,
they
like
were
the
really
M1911,
common.
like the Colts with like 2 chambers, the big fat.
Yeah, they were really common, weren't they?
Because they were in the drop system.
Yes, I remember getting a gold Colt and being like, "Oh, Ben, I've got a golden." Well, I don't think I told you, but I was really excited as I was going to sell it because I didn't give a fuck. I went onto the market and it was like £3. I was really sad.
It's worth like 3p now.
What? Nice. That's capitalism,
do you remember when? Yeah, it's when we first became friends. We were playing Killing Floor one night. I think we were recording something, and then afterwards, I decided I'm going to open a case.
Yeah.
And I got my golden shovel. I've never been so happy at a game. And now I look back at it and think, I've probably spent like 400 quid in Killing Floor alone. I could have put down for a deposit on rent.
400 quid. Do you know what? I'll be honest. That's not as much as I thought you'd spent. Really.
Well, if you look at how much I've made back, that's probably the loss I've got. Because I remember when it first came out, the economy was completely broken. I remember getting like gold and stuff and then selling it for 80 quid onwards. I did sell all my inventory one summer for the sale, and I think I got about 300 quid out of it on Steam Wallet. I didn't last long. It went really quickly.
Talking of that Colt, guess how? You were pretty much right. It's 4p on the Steam market. 2,500 of them in circulation.
Fucking hell. God. Remember when Killing Floor was a good game?
Yeah, I actually do. It was an alright game.
Yeah, it was fun. But then they just got really bad with it.
There's another golden item here. There's only 15 of them available, but it's £1.30.
What is it?
It's a flight helmet. DAR flight helmet.
Yeah.
I guess people don't care about that.
No, I know there was someone who used to have me on their friends list who was a massive fan of DAR, and then when it got added to Killing Floor 2, they were really happy. Booted up the game, and they hated him.
Oh.
Purely because the voice lines was just the reused dialogue from main characters, just made to sound robotic.
Yeah, I never got why they did that.
Originally it was beeped because they didn't have enough memory in the engine to process another whole set of voice lines.
What?
That is their actual excuse, because there wasn't enough memory on the engine to have another set of voice lines to run through it. I don't really understand how that works, but
that they're voice lines.
Yep.
They take up. That's akin to Overkill saying, "Sorry, we can't do vehicles in this racing game engine." Even though they did do it anyway, so
not very well. Oh, that's the point, actually. Console versions of console versions of Payday are dead.
Yeah, I did see you post something about that. I don't think I read it because I don't care.
Yeah, the Switch version's officially dead in the water. They've just completely abandoned.
As if we needed to be told.
Yeah, we kind of knew that from day one, being that it was a version of the game older than the fucking Xbox and PS4.
Yeah.
Joy.
Why did they do that?
The Switch version was third party. Like, it was a third party porting team. I don't know why they did it. Well, it's Payday fans, they asked for anything.
But it was a third part. I swear I saw a video, like a development video of Overkill working on the Switch version. Or maybe I'm misremembering.
No, you're remembering right. They had like people from Overkill play testing it, but no, it was a third party team.
Oh,
it's Overkill, Liam. Do you expect them to be that competent?
In fairness, they had ported it to 4 other consoles, so why not the Switch as well?
I still think the most impressive part was they did it to VR.
That
Diesel. That baffles me.
And it
Diesel.
works quite well from what I've heard.
It's a really good VR title, to be fair. Because it's an actual game, not just, oh, look at this experience where you can play for like a couple of hours.
Oh, like Killing Floor Incursion.
Yep. The one game that actually has story, it's just pretty boring.
It is impressive how they managed to integrate the VR characters seamlessly in with the regular players. Sorry.
Oh, what, on a Payday?
Yeah, because we remember when we were playing with Ace, and his arms were all spazzing out, and we were really confused. And then it hit us, it clicked.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's in VR. That's why he's wearing his VR headset, and then he did that sick dab.
It didn't. Originally, that wasn't a feature. It was just the standard aiming, and then it would just like jolt into place. But that is probably one of the most impressive updates they've given to Payday, because while it still looks really bad, it is kind of in sync with how they're moving.
Well, as I say, Ace hit a sick dab for us. We still got that picture.
Oh, beautiful moment.
And then for the rest of the game, he had... What did he have? He had a big gun. I can't remember what it was.
He had the akimbo shotguns, I think. But you could see him like stick his arms out and then shoot different, like, that's another thing. Why is it the akimbo in that works like akimbo, but in Payday it's click once and you fire twice?
I think I remember
stand that.
I remember seeing him holding an RPG with one hand as well, I think. And firing it with one hand. It was impressive.
God, imagine if there was actual like physics to it. You break your arm for the rest of the heist.
You're crippled like in Fallout.
You know, being that it's the end of the year, I would say we'd have a Christmas-themed podcast, but I'd rather, do literally anything else because it's Christmas. What would you say is your favourite and worst game of 2019? Put you on the spot with with a curveball and the most cliche and stereotypical thing in a podcast at this time of year.
Do you know what I want my favourite game to be?
Don't say Payday.
No. Halo Reach. But I think they would have been better served porting the entire thing all at once. Just waiting. Announcing later on when they're all ported properly and just releasing all the games at once. Because I'm quite bored of Reach already. Reach is my...
It leaves you wanting more.
I like Reach's multiplayer, but I don't love it like I love Halo 3 and Halo 1's multiplayer, and even, I guess, kind of Halo 2's multiplayer, if you take out the button combos. But even then, when you're just playing casually, it's fine. It's kind of just... I don't know. All the game types are just... You start with a DMR, so you just use the DMR and nothing else. SWAT, that's fine, but just regular other game types like King of the Hill, Capture the Flag, everyone just uses a DMR. And yeah, I know the battle rifle was the same in the other games, but at least power weapons kind of had a use, because you couldn't kill a vehicle with a DMR, with a BR, but you can kill a vehicle with a DMR.
Yeah.
In Reach, which means the sniper rifle and the rocket launcher aren't as valuable. You know, it's... And armor lock, yeah, that's all you need. You can spawn with armor lock at a DMR, a ghost comes at you, you just armor lock. If they ram into you, they die instantly, which is hilarious. Or if they don't, you can release it, EMP them, then hijack them, or shoot them, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't like Halo Reach's multiplayer that much, and I've played the campaign a lot, and I like it, but I don't know.
It's weird for me as well, because Reach is my favourite game of the Halo series. It was the first game I played online. It was when I got my Xbox 360 for Christmas, and while I'm happy to have it on PC, it feels great on PC. There's obviously the sound issue. I've seen myself playing Destiny more than Halo.
I've seen you playing Destiny more than Halo, and I sit there thinking, I wish Ben would play Halo with me, but I don't want to play Halo with him. Do you know what? I want to play Halo with you, but...
Because you've played it too much, it's like you'd get bored too quick.
I don't want to play Halo right now. I don't want to play Halo Reach right now.
You and Leo played it on Legendary. That was funny because we just kind of stopped caring and just fucked about, which was great.
That was fun, yeah. And because you haven't played Halo 2, have you?
I've played all of them except 5.
Fair enough. But you haven't played Halo 2 in a long time.
No, I haven't played it. I've got it on PC. Never installed it, but the last time I played it was probably a year or two before the Xbox 360 came out.
So a long time ago.
I can't remember any of it. I just remember finishing this fight bit with him in the air, like with the bomb. Where he's floating down. Is that Halo 2 or is that Halo 3?
That is Halo 2, but those are two... Him saying that and him with the bomb are two separate cutscenes, but yeah.
That explains how little I remember of the game, then.
Yes. Well, him with the bomb is the start of the game, and him saying finishing this fight is the end of the game. So...
Oh, that's the most significant points, then.
But they are kind of. Yeah, I love that game, and I'd love to play it with you, because this year there's been a mental new glitch that's been discovered, which lets you play as any NPC in the game.
Huh.
It's something to do with the spawning in co-op. I'll send you some videos.
That's the Master Chief Collection version.
It can be done on any version. On the original Xbox version, from the 360 emulated, or in Master Chief Collection. It can be done in any of them. You can play as a grunt. You can play as I
fucking love to play as a grunt.
You can play as a dropship.
How can you play a dropship?
I'll send you a video of it later.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and that's what... And emphasis on the play as. Not drive, play as. Your character is a ship.
So it's like a model replacement where you're moving along.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has footstep sounds.
That's great.
Yeah. It's a broken mess of a game, and I love it.
It sounds it.
So, I don't know what my actual favourite game of the year is. What have I played recently that I liked? I don't really know.
It doesn't have to be a game that came out this year, though, because obviously that's you're trying to remember. I can't remember half the games that came out in the last couple of months.
But
something you played this year which really impressed you.
I've been playing a lot of different games this year. One that really impressed me. honestly, no. I've played games that I've liked and games that I've not liked, but nothing has really made me go, wow, gee whiz, this is the best thing in the world. It's just been good stuff.
Yeah.
And so the worst game I don't know either, really. I could boot up my Xbox because I've got separate groups and lists and categories for games, and I've got a category with bad games in. So I'll boot it up and I'll take a look. So while I do that, you give me your answer.
Favorite game of the year. So I actually said there's a couple I could name off the top of my head. So you've got Days Gone, which was, when I played it, my favourite game of 2019, which came out this year, and it is, in my opinion, a really good game. Although it's pretty forgettable as I've gone on over the year. Like, I still remember key moments in it. I still remember the horde, like driving around the motorbike and that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed it, but the plot itself got really weird, and looking back at it, it kind of made no sense. Concrete Genie is another good one, which was something I mentioned in my last off script, which was about, it's basically like painting. I think you watched the stream for that one a little bit, where you're basically some kid on this like little dock town, like near the coast, and you can paint all this stuff and like paint creatures and put apples everywhere. And then it gets really deep and emotional with all the kids that are bullying you had really shit upbringing, so you're meant to feel sorry for them.
But I watched you stream this, you say?
I think you watched me stream a bit of it.
I don't think so, because I don't remember any of that. Kids with apples and bullying, that sounds like my childhood, but it doesn't sound like something I've watched you play.
To me, that was kind of like the gay. It's kind of like a Sea of Solitude thing, where it's an emotional journey rather than a proper game. Like, there's stuff you do in it, and obviously you got like your interactions, but it's more you meant to soak in the story. A game I played this year that didn't come out this year, which I've rather enjoyed, it's on the Game Pass as well, I think, is Ashen, which is like a Dark Souls kind of game.
Mm.
It's very basic compared to Dark Souls, but it's quite fun. Although the multiplayer in it makes no sense whatsoever. See, do you remember a game on the PS3 called Journey?
Yes, I do. The one with the capes and
yeah,
stuff.
And it got a lot of like good press for it because it was quite a unique kind of game. I just hit my microphone. It was. I mean, I've never played Journey. I don't really understand the point of it. But the multiplayer worked like that, where you would go around and instead of summoning people, someone, either an AI or another player, will go, I'm going to appear in your game now because you're at the same point as me. But there's no players on PC at the moment, like, because obviously it was on Epic Free and came to Steam. So I've yet to see another player online.
That is a shame.
The worst game, though, of this year...
Ben, before you do that, I need to go to my door, because Olivia's outside my door texting me, asking me if I can come in.
Just say no.
No, never mind, she's barging her way in anyway. How dare you? I didn't say you could come in. Get out of my room, woman!
I always wait for men to tell me what I can do.
Oh. Appears Liam's sexist.
I don't think you can hear what she's saying. I can't hear what she's saying either, as I've got headphones and a towel over my head. Don't ask why I've got a towel over my head. It's because I had a shower, that's why.
Whatever muffles the sound easier.
Well, yeah. Ben, you must okay, we'll try this again. It's Olivia. Ben, you're going to have to edit in some applause here. Way, there she is. She's over there. Yeah, she is. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Anyway, thanks for interrupting.
Podcast is ruined now.
Podcast fucking ruined. Start all over again, Ben.
God, it's like the fucking Netflix movie all over again.
Oh, yeah. God,
I can't believe they're still claiming that crap.
I've still got that too. And if I just figure out a way for them to not block the video, it could be out there.
Well, the thing is, it was over half an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've said before, like, trying to cut it down to 10 minutes, or
but then you see
video.
channels like Your Movie Sucks doing commentaries on entire movies.
I don't get how... there must be something you're doing for it to be automatically flagged.
Well, I'm pitching the audio up and down, I'm distorting the video. The only way I could get round it was if I distorted the video so much that basically the entire screen was red.
Yeah. I remember the preview clip you sent me.
There was just a few. It was just a few like shadows and highlights here and there, which were blue. It looked like someone seeing sound or something. It was fucking unwatchable. And it was all distorted and bendy and shit, and the voices were like... I was like, well, here you go, this could work, I guess. Yeah. I fucking ban YouTube. Can
we need to do another one of those, though. Have like a proper movie night video again.
Oh, that'd be good. Olivia would be up for that. Movie night.
Because there's still the one that has Erica Tabari in it, which we need to watch, with the zombie sharks. I remember that one.
The zombie sharks?
Yeah. There is a film in my room somewhere. I'm just seeing if I can see it, and I think I'll put it in my other room.
I saw you post something about Killer Donuts.
That's not the one I'm thinking of, but yes, that's another good one.
Yeah.
There's a film. I think I might have sent you the trailer before, which is... it's just called Trees. But I've got the sequel, which is called Trees 2, The Root of Evil. It's about killer trees at Christmas.
Killer trees at Christmas?
Obviously, it's a bit late now for it to be in Christmas, but if I can
Is it meant to be some, like, anti-climate change sort of propaganda or something?
The first
trees are actually killing us!
You can't get the first one on DVD anymore because the director or the creator of it hated it so much he destroyed a lot of the copies.
Oh, like E.T. when they buried it in the desert.
Yeah. Oh. But the first one is basically the script of Jaws, but every time they say Great White Shark, they put in Great White Pine.
What?
Yep. And it's set in a forest. I think the best line is just going to be... it was just, we're going to need a bigger truck. But I remember a clip in it, they dissect the tree, and has like... So they cut through it with like a basic cleaver, not a saw or anything.
Not an axe.
Yeah, not an axe. But they pull it open, it's got like intestines, bit of a car, someone's hands. It's really, really weird.
It sounds like... You know the... Olivia, what's the tree in Harry Potter called?
What, the Whomping Willow?
The Whomping Willow. It sounds like that, but they just made a movie out of it.
I was going to say Tree Bib, I think that's Lord of the Rings.
I don't know. Do you know, I've never seen Lord of the Rings, any of them. They're too long, I don't care. They're all about 9 hours each. You know
How have I seen them and you haven't? I had to watch them at primary school. My teacher made me watch them.
Wait, the teacher made you watch them?
Yeah, my primary... Okay, so my primary school
teacher actually,
is...
before you say that, because this is a fun anecdote that will take a minute, and it's relevant to what you just said. There was one of the other classes had a teacher who an English teacher, and every lesson they'd watch Jaws. And that was it, they'd watch Jaws. For every lesson.
Like, from start to finish, or carrying on?
I don't know, I wasn't in there, I can't remember, but they would just watch Jaws. He, also fitting in with the slightly Christmassy theme, he got sacked because he took a day off ill, and one of the, I don't know, some member of staff saw him out Christmas shopping.
Wow, what a good teacher.
He was a nice guy.
Did anyone actually pass in his class?
I don't know. He probably got sacked before, exams came about. I can't remember. Well, it was around Christmas, so it would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably just got a different teacher.
What a good teacher.
Yeah. At least he wasn't a pedo. What was you going to say?
That was my fucking PE teacher, who was head of year 7, funnily enough.
Oh, I had a PE teacher who was a pedo, yeah. His name was Mr. Dixon. I'm not making that up. His name was Mr. Dixon.
Oh, fucking hell. But what was I saying? Lord of the Rings. Oh, yes. I had a teacher in primary school who was a really good teacher, but he's a very big nerd. Like, so you know how I am on Twitter with Doctor Who, and how I've got like an unhealthy obsession? Imagine that, but 10 times worse. And when you're in class, he will say something. So we're doing English, for example, and he'll say about a grandfather clock, and then look directly at me and go, Ben, you know that episode, the one where the TARDIS turns into a grandfather clock. No one else in the class understood this. I did, unfortunately, because he's shown me the episodes before, because he lent me a tape. But it was the same with Lord of the Rings. And every year, which we had him for 2 years, because it went like on a rotation of teachers, we watched all 3 Lord of the Rings at Christmas, one after another, for the entire day.
What? Did you get lunch?
Yeah, well, no, we had lunch, and then I think it was on the 3rd film we'd miss a bit, and then we'd watch it the next day. But then when it came around to year 6, it was, oh, I've got the extended cuts this time, class, so we're going to watch it again with the new stuff in it.
The year after that, I've got the behind-the-scenes footage as well.
I don't like Lord of the
special
Rings.
features.
I can't stand it, but I've seen all 3 films twice. And I've seen The Hobbit. I just generally don't like Lord of the Rings at all.
I don't give a fuck about Lord of the Rings.
I don't even like Game of Thrones.
I've never bothered to watch it because people are like, it's fantasy and it has sex in it. I'm like, yeah, so does Oblivion with mods. And I can play that.
Fucking...
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah, that put you off, didn't it? I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
it's okay, I've got a segue, Ben. I've got my list up here. My list of stuff, right? I've got a category called Epic. One of the games in there I played this year is Dead Cells.
That is a good game. I've got it on my
that game.
Switch. It's a really good game.
When I discovered it was a roguelike, or roguelite, or what, you know,
Yeah.
die. I was a bit upset because I don't like those kind of games, but dying, you can't die that easily if you just don't. It's not a one-hit kill or anything. You know, you can get quite a lot of health, so it's actually quite forgiving, but still quite hard. And yeah, I really like it. I really like.
It always felt like a Metroidvania kind of roguelike in my eyes, with how the map was laid out. Because obviously, you go up or down and that kind of stuff. But it was more, you'd find yourself going back on yourself more often than just going, oh, if I go through these random rooms, I'll eventually find an exit. That you'll find it early on or something, but you have to do something and then go back round. Which I quite liked about that.
I like the. I remember watching a video about the developer talking about how they developed the platforming, because they didn't want the game to be a platformer, but obviously it's they needed to have platforming to have enemies on different levels and stuff like that, you know. So there is jumping and platforming in the game, but they didn't want it to be a main focus, and they didn't want it to get in the way of the combat. So there's actually a system in place where it's I don't know what they call it, but let's say you're running and there's a gap, and let's say you run over the ledge, and because you don't press jump early enough, there's actually a very, very big I don't know. If there's a lot of games do that, where if you fall off the edge slightly, you can still jump. But this game has a massive, like, if you fall off the edge, you can jump and still make the gap.
Like a window kind of thing.
Yeah, a window. That's a good word. Another thing is that I'll just send you the video later, Ben, because I'm not explaining it very well. It's very interesting. It's really because they do a comparison of when they take all these different systems out, and the controls.
So it's not, you don't have to be precise with it, is what you're trying to say. So it's very like,
you feel like you're really good at platforming, but you're not. It's just the game's, it makes it look like
it compensates a lot for it.
Yeah, and and it's like they run through this bit of level without those systems in it, and it's like little things like tiny ledges that you should now have to jump over, whereas before they'd automatically just hop up them, stuff like that.
If that had accurate jumping, I think Dead Cells would have been a bit more annoying, because the amount of times you'd probably fall to your death or try to jump or something and then not hit it, I'd probably just give up. Yeah,
it's really cool. I like it. There's, what else is here? Hang on, here we go. I've got a massive list of games I don't like. Gears 5? You don't like that either.
Nope, Gears 5 with the skiff can go fuck itself. I hate the skiff.
Yeah, that skiff bit's not good. I remember around the time I was playing it, Olivia came round. I was like, hey, let's try this game in co-op. And it was during a skiff bit.
Nothing happened.
And she was just sitting there while I was driving and couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's basically the problem with it. It's a massive open world. It's like, oh, look at all the stuff you can explore. But there's nothing there. I think it's the Chapter 3 bit where it's like, it's much bigger than Chapter 2, and there's less stuff to find.
Yeah.
Because there's less like side objective.
Because going back to Halo, if we're playing that together, usually I drive, sometimes she does, and the other person's on the gun. and there's stuff to shoot. There's game to play. You know? The person drives and runs things over, or drives, you know, makes sure avoids enemy fire, and the person on the gun shoots things. In Gears, it's just you drive through emptiness, and then the other person does fuck all.
It's not even like there's a little bit of driving though. It's kind of.
There's a lot of driving. There's fucking loads of driving, and it's so
boring scenery.
it's
like,
so boring.
The first and final chapters are Gears of War. They're proper like hands,
Yeah,
boots on the ground Gears of War combat.
Yeah.
The rest of it's shit. And the first and last bit are really short, which doesn't make it any better.
They decided to top off the game with actual shooting and gameplay. It wasn't good. I still didn't like it, but it was.
The ending was shit.
Yeah, the ending. Yeah, it was like a turret section, and then you fought the boss, which you'd already fought before. It was just a giant worm or something. I can't remember.
And then you can choose to kill off one of them, and it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Because unlike Mass Effect, it's probably going to have no follow-up.
What, Mass Effect 3, yeah.
No, I mean Mass Effect 1, because you can kill either the woman or the bloke who are there from the beginning. And then in Mass Effect 2, you speak to them like, I can't join you, Shepard. It's still not right after what happened, even though it wasn't your fault.
They did it a lot better in Mass Effect 2 and 3, where in 3 there's a lot of reoccurring characters, and it's like...
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Mass Effect. I'll be here all day.
That would be a Let's Play for Crash Log would never finish. Try to go through Mass Effect.
I'd gladly finish. I love those games.
I do like Mass Effect.
They're
I
good.
can't play them that much these days, though, because I know what's coming. Not in the sense of I've played it before, it's more... all 3 games are really fun to play. It's just the ending of 3 puts me off, because I know what's coming, and it's just going to be all this good stuff to... Oh, that's alright then, isn't it? It's a bit... meh. That's a bit underwhelming. The ending just ruins it.
Hot take. I kind of don't mind Mass Effect 3's ending.
I don't think it's like the worst thing in the
I feel
world,
like
but it
it's
just
very
doesn't
appropriate.
feel...
Because people say, "Oh, your choices don't matter." Then it's like, yeah, that's the point. You're fighting this exponentially, unfathomably large force. You know, they eat fucking galaxies and or whatever. You know what I mean? If they let you beat the Reapers, I'd honestly not like an ending where the Reapers lost. I wouldn't. It's not appropriate, because they've been building up. They kind of. You can make small differences, and actually fairly large differences. You know, you can.
I wouldn't be against it being you fail no matter what. I like the idea of a hopeless ending.
Yeah.
But it's more because no matter what you do, it's the same ending, just with another tint of colour. If they made it so you had 3 different tactics and all 3 of them fail, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah. That would be better. But you're right, I think the hopeless, we're gonna lose, because they build it up throughout the entirety of the last mission on Earth, going, wow, shit's really fucked. You know, everyone's really sad, and they're like, we're probably not going to see each other again. If they then won, it would undermine all of that.
Yeah, because there's the whole... Well, because it's like a grand epic finale. You've got the whole this is it kind of thing, and you can start to think like Mass Effect 2. It's, if you play your cards right, you can do it, you can win. Because obviously, depending on who you choose for certain things, they can either die or be really shit at their job and fail.
I love doing that, it's funny.
In 3, it's like, you don't really have as much in-depth choice, and then it's just the same thing, but... Yeah, have it so you can choose all these tactics to try and get the best ending, and you could probably play through the game 3 or 4 times at that point just to try and get the right one, but none of them work, and I think that would be better. If they had Mass Effect 2's ending with a really shit, like, output regardless, it would have been much better. And I would be happy to replay all 3 of them, even though I know I'm going into my own death, kind of thing.
That's another thing about Mass Effect. Going to Mass Effect 2's ending. The first time you play it, it's really good, because if it's your first time playing it and you haven't looked up a walkthrough, people are gonna die. They're definitely gonna die.
I had to look up a walkthrough after my 3rd playthrough, because I just didn't know who did what.
Once you know the formula and who to send where, and everyone survives, it's like, wow, there was no tension there.
Yeah.
because everyone's really good at their job and no one struggles. Halfway through, Shepard's like, we're great, guys. If we push hard, we'll do it, and we'll all be fine. And then they, and you think in any other situation it'd be, you know, Shepard's trying to boost morale to make him feel better. But it's true. What they're saying is literally true. If you know what you're doing, everyone comes out completely fine. No one loses an arm or anything like that. Everyone's fine, and it's really boring when it happens.
Being I haven't played it in a few years, I probably could go through it again and not remember. But it'd probably be at the same time, I don't want to get the bad ending, so I want to actually succeed. I can't remember, isn't there like a certain ending where Shepard can actually die in it though? Right?
Yeah, if you fuck absolutely everything up, Shepard dies. Like, you could, the bit at the end where they're all running back to the Normandy, Shepard runs there alone. Joker is there to catch Shepard as they jump and like misses or lets go, and they just fall and die, and Joker's like all sad because he's the only one left, and he looks out the window, there's this army of Reapers coming at him, and he's like, oh fuck.
What, could you actually import your save from that one, or is it like a game over screen?
No, it's a game over. Your saves, well, it's not fucked, but it goes back to before the final battle.
Oh, so you then have to choose them all again.
Yeah.
That's a bit underwhelming. That would be really funny for Mass Effect 3 if you got the worst ending and then you're just
like
playing as someone completely different.
Save. Yeah. You play as Joker. Yeah.
I guess what they could have done for that one would have been, if you had actually died, you'd either play as either the woman or the bloke from the first game, because they become a companion again in the third one. So you could have made them the main character as like a hidden Easter egg kind of save file choice.
That'd be a cool idea, but that would be a lot of development time for a very small. Unless you literally
there'd be a lot more dialogue.
Unless you just make it so there is Shepard with the voice and everything, but they've just got a skin of Ash or something. You know, and it's like in a I was playing Shadow of War, and there's skins in that game which are just different characters, including female characters. But they've still got the main character, the main bloke, I can't remember his name, Gary. They've still got his voice. So there's a cutscene where there's this like female elf, you know, pottering around with tits and everything.
That's like
opens her mouth and he's
Easter
like...
eggs, that is.
It kind of is. It reminds me of...
It's like the cheats menu in Ratchet and Clank where you could have different skins, but you were still just playing Ratchet.
Yeah. Or like I remember seeing a YouTube video of it as well, is the original Spider-Man movie game on the PS2. You could play as a lot of different NPCs. One of them was Mary Jane. You could play as Mary Jane. And in the final cutscene, Spider-Man Peter kisses Mary Jane. But if you're playing as Mary Jane kisses Mary Jane. And I read, right, that in... I don't know if it was Russia or China. No, it wouldn't be China. Some country. That skin, that cheat code, was actually taken out of the game because you could make two women kiss.
Oh, fucking hell.
That specific cheat code was taken out of the game, and now nothing else.
That just reminds me of, I think it's Metal Gear Solid 2, once you beat the game, you get like the scene editor, and you can pick and choose who plays what character, so you can have Pliskin fighting Pliskin with Vamp being Metal Gear Solid 1 Solid Snake.
Yeah, because there was like, there was this, like, do you remember that? In Metal Gear Solid 2, there was a scene editor, and you could replace the characters with other characters, and there was like this woman in a suit, in like just a work jacket, who we had as Vamp. But she didn't have any facial animations. At all.
No, I think it's because there's an NPC from the end of the game who were just walking past.
Yeah, and so you had some random woman sucking out the blood of Vamp, while fucking Snake in a tuxedo just watching, and then Snake in another tuxedo comes in and saves. Yeah, it was fucking weird.
The best bit of Metal Gear Solid 2 still has to be, the scene where they're on like the bridge between two of the shells, and it's Fortune. They're shooting at her. And the guy fight, a dud.
I love that so much. It doesn't even sound like he says a dud. It sounds like he just goes a dud.
A dud.
He's really confused. A dud. Yeah, I love that. It's good.
We should play Metal Gear Solid. We should do that actually. Do like a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid someday. That'd be fun.
I'd love that.
Do the pass the control. If we can figure out a way, because I've got Metal Gear Solid 1 on PC, if I can get that to run through Steam and actually have crossplay work, that would be a fun idea for a stream.
That would be, because Metal Gear Solid 1 on PC is so shit.
It's such a bad port. The best bit is because of how old the encoder is for the videos, none of the cutscenes work.
Do you know
any of the live stuff is just a blank screen and just like vertical lines. So you've got like Otacon talking about one of those bloody animes or something, and it's just like this small red box in the middle of the screen. So like, for example, I've got like a 1440p resolution.
Yeah.
It would be a tiny 800 by 480 red block with the lines going down, and that's it. It's like PewDiePie's old fucking profile picture before he had like a face.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's just look like that in the middle of your screen, and you just got all this exposition.
It becomes a radio show. Do you know what else? It's bad. Okay, so the development team that were tasked with porting over had such fuck all budget that instead of being able to port the music directly over from the console, I can't remember exactly how they had to go onto a fan website which hosted music from the game, download it from there, and like just put it in the game like that.
That explains why the audio quality is so weird.
It's so weird, and the loops are awful. The music loops really badly.
It's even like the footstep noises, because they're quite... It sounds stupid, but I know the footsteps from Metal Gear Solid 1 like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
I recognise them immediately. And when I got the PC port, it's only half of the sound file. So it's just instead of going like...
Oh, it's just the same
left,
one
right,
footstep.
left, right. It's left,
Yes.
left.
Yes, it is. You're right.
And it
you're
really
right.
put me off.
Yeah. Yeah, that is bad. That port. Metal Gear Solid 2's on PC as well.
Yeah,
And
I've got both of them.
Then they just gave up. Probably for the best.
There's a lot of games that did that. I think it was around the time of PC was a bit of a mixed bag, because like developers would make PC games
And then make console games.
But yeah, then when consoles started hitting like Xbox and PS2, they started to die down a bit. You'd get like a few, but it became less like quote unquote mainstream until like late 360.
A weird trend back then as well was, instead of games being ported from console to PC, they'd have entirely different games made for PC.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man 2.
SpongeBob was another one. All the SpongeBob games on PC were point and click games, because I bought the movie. And I really liked the movie game on PlayStation. PC was a fucking point and click adventure.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen that actually, you're right. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm speaking about another Spider-Man game, but Spider-Man 2 on PC. I don't know what the fuck happened. Go look up footage.
I think
of it
we've
right
had
now,
this
Ben.
conversation before, funnily enough, where you said about the PC port being really weird.
It's not a PC port. It's an entirely different game. It plays more like a souped up portable version.
Yeah.
And even then, the portable version of Spider-Man 2 on the DS was actually quite good. But it's really weird. I just can't explain it. It's nothing like the PlayStation. Even the story is completely different. The characters are different. It's bizarre. I don't know what the fuck happened.
It just it was one of those things.
I can't imagine people getting that and expect, they see a trailer of it and think that looks really good. Then they buy it on PC and it's just
Imagine seeing like a trailer and go, oh my god, this looks so good, and it's like a point and click. Like,
it's like Spider-Man 2
game I saw
on the PlayStation is the Lego movie, and Spider-Man 2 on PC is the Hasbro movie.
Oh fucking hell!
That's kind of what it's like.
I think after a couple of years, mate, if we're still doing Crash Log, we should look at the Hasbro. I'm kind of curious to see how bad it is.
I remember when we were in the cinema, me and Olivia, we would watch, I don't know what we went to see. I think it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Frozen 2.
It's actually before that came out, so definitely not. Not that we have seen it, but...
Bet you have.
I have not even seen the first one. I don't even know any of the songs from it. When everyone else does. Do you know what I mean? Don't sing it. Anyway.
Let it go.
We were in the cinema, and an animated movie trailer started playing, And I was in my head, I was thinking, this looks like a Hasbro movie. And I was going to say it looked like a Hasbro movie. But before I could, the trailer ended and it was like Hasbro
Do
movie.
you mean the Playmobil one?
Not Hasbro, Playmobil.
Playmobil, yeah.
You know what I mean? Same fucking... the not Lego movie. The Playmobil movie.
Yeah, it's
I was
Probably
thinking...
will be a Hasbro movie, like, based off Toy Story soon anyway.
I don't know why I kept saying Hasbro. I don't know. I guess I'm not a child anymore. Instead I collect Halo toys, not fucking...
Oh my god, I know a game we could play which we're definitely going to have to do.
What?
Bionicle Heroes.
Which one?
The PC ones, I've got it on PC.
I've played the DS one. That game's quite good.
Never played the DS one. Never
It's-
picked it up.
It's a bit fiddly, because first-person shooters on the DS always were. But it's quite fun.
I'd imagine something like that would be like Doom. Very Doom-esque kind of Bionicle.
I guess in the sense that you have about 8 weapons that you can switch between all at once. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I played it. There's big open areas.
Also, we should watch the Bionicle movies. I can't remember how many there are, but I know what's the first one, but we should go
watched the
through all of
first
them.
One, yeah. I don't know which one. I think I've only ever seen the first one. That was with you.
I've got 3 of them on DVD. So I know there's more than one.
I think I've got a Bionicle movie on DVD somewhere.
Bionicle was fucking great.
Mask of Light. Yeah. Do you know, it's not Bionicle Heroes, but have you played the Bionicle game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something.
It is a game you can play.
There was another game which was coming out for, I think it was Game Boy, but it never got finished.
Right.
I think it was either Game Boy. There's one that was not finished, and I knew of its like a fan development was finishing off the game because it was all there. It just needed to be coded and everything.
Yeah.
And I tweeted that because obviously one of the outro themes I use on my channel is Hero Mode from Bionicle Heroes or
Yes.
Gold Mode
Yeah.
because it's a fucking good song. And the account of the people who were making it followed me for a couple of months, and then sent me like, "Oh, this will be out soon, and would you like to do a video on it?" I never saw the message because Twitter fucking blocked it for me
Oh.
because it thought it was spam.
Didn't
So
realise
they
Twitter
unfollowed me,
had-
and they must have thought I was really rude.
I didn't realise Twitter had an anti-spam system.
Well, for me, whenever I get someone who like tries to message me when it's not, you got like message requests. Half of them come through that, and then I've had a couple which have only just come through my email saying this person's messaged you. Do you want to accept or block it? Like some will come through the right way, but some will come through on an email only. I think that's how I noticed it. I eventually decided to clear through an email account of like 2,000 emails.
Oh, that's quite a lot of emails. I think my current one's sitting about 7,000.
All I get now currently is stuff from Keymailer and then fucking scam emails about like VPN or something.
Yeah.
There was one, the one I got the other day was like, "Hello, we are interested in your channel. Also liked your content. Therefore, we would like to order an advertisement for our product from you. We are the Creature VPN team. Appeared on the market in 2019." And then he goes on to say, "My name is Brian." Then he decides to introduce himself. "I will provide you about our company as well as write you a little more about this." And then the 2 dots, I can't remember what it's called. "Our main advantage is that we do not SOT logs, and that we do not track your visits and do not transfer them to free persons.
Yeah, I was that 3 persons bit, yeah.
What allows us to stand out among the others VPN? What do you think? what does make you stand out? I don't know. If you are interested, please let me know. Hope for your cooperation with you. Regards, the Creature VPN team." I don't know who the fuck they are.
They're the Creature VPN team, Ben. Have you never heard of them?
No, I get a load of them for because obviously I tweet about Stadia, like, we have a cloud desktop service which you have to pay $10 a month and you can play all these games. And the first thing I always ask is, do you need our Steam, Epic, Uplay and Origin account details? No, we have our own library. So these games bought legitimately? Yes, they're bought through launcher. You launch PUBG through Epic. I said back to that. I'm going to stop you right there. That's through Steam, and I never got a response. I just said you're chatting shit or you're pirating games, which is illegal, and you're then trying to sell it off, and they just said nothing from that. They just never responded. I even sent them another email going, I'm still curious about your offer though. How much would you be paying?
Ages ago, back when I was doing YouTube, my big boy channel, I got an email from Athene. You know who that is?
No.
Wow. Okay. Where do I start? He used to be a YouTube man. He did YouTube stuff. Then he stopped doing that. And then he came back a few years later and made a video about how he, how he knows about the universe and shit. Like he went all fucking pseudo-intellectual. He went on about some mumbo-jumbo science shit that he made up.
Oh, right? So he went into big brain.
He did. Then he started his own religion.
Right.
And he had like this big prison in Belgium. No, in Germany. Because he was Belgian. He had a
I like how you call it a prison, not a church.
It wasn't even a fuck me, it's complicated. There is a big, hour and a half documentary video about it on YouTube. But basically, this was before he went into the whole religion thing, because that's a completely different thing. He sent me an email saying, like, hey, we got this, I think he called it, like, the Avengers Initiative, which I thought was a bit dodgy because the copyright, but I guess he didn't call it the Assembling Avengers, so I guess Avengers and under... it's a public domain word. Anyway, whatever. He sent me this email saying that whenever there's a natural disaster, if you stream and raise money, you'll be good, man. It was just if there was a natural disaster, him and his chums and me, because I was part of this group now, would start streaming and raising awareness for this disaster and raising money for it and sending the money to charities for it. And I was like, great, that sounds brilliant. And then I never heard any more from him after that.
Probably wanted you to give him, give payment details so you could set up a transfer.
No, he didn't even... No, because he's not even... I've probably still got the email somewhere. Fuck it, I'll look it up. Bear with me one moment. I've
never heard of this content creator, though. Never heard of him before in my life.
Yeah, he's a nutcase. Athene. Oh, there he is, Athene. I've got 3 emails. Here we go. Which one's the first one? That is. Okay, so I've got... This is from March 2016.
Right.
It says thanks again. So, oh, no, sorry. Hang on, no. It started on New Year's Eve of 2015, actually. It reads, "Hey, Malicious Carrot. First of all, I would like to wish you a happy new year. It's been great to see there was no Category 1 disaster in 2015, and let's hope it stays that way in 2016. I want to personally thank you again for offering your help for when a disaster happens. With well over 2,000 streamers on board now, we have been working around the clock to make sure our platform can handle the traffic when an emergency occurs." By the sounds of it, there was another email exchange before, but I don't have it here, so I don't know what's happened to it. He says some statistic stuff here and PayPal stuff, but the next email says the title is called "Urgent Avengers Category 1 Emergency." Hi, Malicious Carrot. Tanya here.
I'm sorry, I just like how you're like, this is really big news. This is like code 1. What was about to melt down? Hello, Malicious Carrot.
Well, it's great because it's so urgent that Athene couldn't even email me. It says, "Tanya here. I'm Athene's girlfriend and will be your Avenger contact person while Athene is in Ethiopia. As you may have heard on the news, 400,000 children are suffering from severe acute malnutrition, and more than 10 million people are in need of aid due to the worst drought in 50 years in the Horn of Africa. This is not your average fundraising campaign, but an emergency response to a Category 1 disaster, which rarely occurs. But since a drought doesn't inspire as much aid as an earthquake or a tsunami, and most attention is currently directed to the ongoing crisis in Syria, the UN is facing a critical lack of funding and help is urgently needed. We have started a 10-day countdown window to give Avengers the ability to fundraise for this important cause. Your personal fundraiser page is already live, and you can raise funds using the following link. And then it says, I'm also in control of Athene's Skype to stay in touch since Ethiopia has very spotty internet. I wonder what that link does. This link takes me to... Holy fuck. This still exists.
Please send me a link. I need to see this.
This is not much there, but this is my old stream. I guess.
Gamingforgood.net.
Yeah, this is
What?
my channel. Malicious Look, Playing with Ben is the title. It's just on a different website. It's been streamed to a different... It's even got all my stats. Yeah, look at this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I've got one more email. This was sent in March of 2016.
Get
Thanks
games
again.
for your points. This can't be legit.
It is legit. Athene is many things. A megalomaniac, a tyrant, but he does donate to charity. He is a trustworthy charity man. Well, he was. Maybe not anymore. I don't actually know.
No, this thing's still going.
Sorry?
I just looked at the Twitter account at the bottom. It's still being updated.
Yeah, it's a legit thing, I guess. This is probably what they stream, because I know he streams, I think. They probably stream this kind of stuff. I don't know.
Am I on here? Let me just...
No, I wouldn't think so, no, because you're not an Avenger.
Oh, no. Popular filters followed. Gender, female. Apparently your gender is female.
What? Really? Cool.
Yep, that's what the filters came up with on the main menu.
Maybe I'll start this up again, and that filter will bring in more views.
I'm so lost. What the hell is this? It's meant to be like a Twitch competitor.
No, because it streams Twitch. It streams
I found something for the
Twitch's,
thumbnail.
from Twitch. It's just... I play my game. That's him before he turned into a religious-looking man. What do you
Is
think
that actually the person then?
That's him. But now he has really long shoulder-length hair and a massive beard. Because he's religious. He's a religious man. A religious icon.
Oh, there we go. Fiend, yeah.
They all look like that.
I've never seen this guy before.
It's surprising. I think he just used to play Minecraft and
That's probably
World
why.
of Warcraft.
That is probably why. Two games I don't really care about.
Oh, there you go.
I just went into his channel, and the first thing I see is from 5 years ago. My Life as a Gamer, a themed documentary. Okay, so he's stuck up his own arse then.
He had his own website where he had a system. It was part of the religion where if you followed these 5 steps, you become enlightened, and it'd cure your depression, it'd cure your drug addictions and your alcoholism, and it'd make you have a big penis, and all the women would love you. And,
Oh, lovely.
And people bought into it.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah. This last email isn't that interesting. It just says, I know some can't make it because they rely on personal donations to get by, and charity fundraising means less. And
No, I
they've
do have
decided-
one. I'm on here as well.
Oh, you do?
It's embedded. It's embedded through Twitch. I think so. That's how they set it up.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the thing.
Why does this exist?
Pass. Because you can
He's
do
got
donations
a million
and
subscribers. Why is he trying to be this so
You
far up
can
his own
do
arse?
charity donations through Twitch. I'm not entirely sure why he had to set this up. Have you noticed as well in the top left of the website it says beta? That's been there since 2015.
I bet he's just got this domain. He just forgot it existed. Oh no, he still streams for it. He's apparently streaming right now.
No way. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Where is he?
But it's streaming through Twitch.
Uh,
Oh my god, his hair.
Yeah, there he is! There he is! Yep.
God,
what-
he looks rough.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like a religious man. He looks like a Playmobil Jesus Christ. He does. He does. He's not doing anything either. I don't
He's
think
just
he.
kind of like stroking his beard.
I don't think he plays games these days. He just talks to people. He talks to his followers.
Yeah, if you look at the two pictures in Discord, Liam, there's quite a difference.
Yes. Yeah, he really fell off the deep end.
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna cut out that play by game thing. I'm gonna put that on the fucking thumbnail for the podcast.
Good idea. Yeah, put that next to sad looking hobo Athene as well. It looks like a Flash game, that Play My Game thing. It looks like some sort of Flash game.
It really
thing.
does. Like, you know, when you're like at school and you wanted to find like a third-party Flash site so you could get past the proxy because it's like a
Yes.
site that's not really known about, but probably has like a ton of viruses on it.
Yeah.
That's what you'd see on the front page.
If you get rid of the speech bubble, it would look almost exactly like an Angry Joe thumbnail.
Oh god.
I get his videos recommended to me sometimes where he's just taken the artwork for the game and just put his face looking like a fucking pug, just going looking angry over just really badly photoshopped
I
over
will
a character's
say
head.
I've done that when I had 20 subscribers. Don't do it anymore though.
Yeah,
That man has over 1 million. Why is he still doing it?
I've never done it because I've never shown my face. So there you go. Instead, I just put Dallas's face over everything.
What I was going to do is, for the podcast at some point, I want to get... You know what we have at the moment with the German and the Russian soldier? Or is it the British soldier? I want to get artwork of us in those just for the podcast thumbnails, just so we can just have that with like a really shit microphone in front of it, and that's all we'd need to do.
Cool.
Have that every week.
Who's the Nazi?
That's what I was going to ask you. I'm not too sure with that one.
Well, I did find myself sympathising with Hitler the other day, so yeah, maybe I should be a Nazi.
I think that's a good note to end on, to be honest.
Yeah, I maybe I could explain, but I like the idea of just leaving it a mystery.
Merry Christmas, Liam's Nazi.